Okay, we will start today's session. Let them wait for remaining students who are coming late. So, can anyone tell me the statement of superposition theorem? Can anyone read out the statement of superposition theorem? Anyone can read out. Anyone can read out
This theorem is very useful to find the response voltage or current at a particular point,
no.
which is
What?
excited by more.
Wait a moment.
Okay, statement.
Yeah. Only statement.
Okay, it states that in any linear network containing two or more sources,
1 second.
the response in in
1 second. So see that in any
okay.
linear network. So what does it mean by linear? Which obeys Ohm's law,
Ohm's law.
w-
right? So it
Ohm's law.
linear network containing two or more sources. Here, how
Two or
many
more
sources
sources.
are presented in the given circuit? In the given circuit, how many sources are presented?
Two.
Two sources, right? Two voltage sources are
Two sources.
present. So now this circuit is eligible to apply superposition theorem containing two or more. So two sources are presented. So
More sources.
we can apply superposition theorem for this circuit. See, in our JNT examinations, sometimes they can give the circuit like with only one source, whether it is current source or voltage source, it should be only one source. Then what is the solution you need to write? For the given circuit, the superposition theorem will not at all going to satisfy its condition. What is the condition?
Okay, sir.
Containing minimum two sources or more than two sources, right? If there is only single source presented, superposition theorem cannot be applicable. Remember that. Okay, similarly, if any non-linear elements are presented, then again superposition theorem is not at all applicable. What are the non-linear elements in the sense? Your semiconductor devices, diodes, transistors, like that. Okay, these are the two
Okay.
you need to understand from the first half of the statement. And then continue.
The response in any element is equal to the algebraic sum of responses
Wait.
caused by individual source
Hmm.
acting alone,
Okay.
while
One.
the other sources are capped at zero.
Okay, fine. See here what the statement written, the response in any element. The response in any element in the sense, always remember, you need to note down all these in side margins. Response in the sense output. Similarly, if in future, if you come across with the word as excitation, that is your input by default. These are the electrical terminologies. Okay, the response in the sense output of the given parameter, and excitation in the sense input of the parameter. Here 100 volts, whatever we are giving as an input, and we need to take the how much output that should be presented across the 20 ohm, 160 ohm, 20 ohm, nothing but your load current. Okay, here in this problem, find current passing through 160 ohm resistor. That is the question by using superposition theorem. Okay, that is the problem. Now we need to find out the current which is passing through 160 ohm resistor. That is current always indicated by direction arrow mark. Okay, now what the statement is giving, in any linear network containing two or more sources, here two sources are presented, fine. The response in any element, you can take any element. Here what we are taking, 160 ohm is the element. The response in any element is equal to algebraic sum of the responses of remaining elements which are caused by individual source acting alone. Individual source in the sense only one source. Individual source means it should be only one source acting alone, while other sources are keeping zero. Okay, so one source acting alone in the sense, what does it mean by one source acting alone? Here two sources are presented. While you are turning on 100 volts source, in that case your 70 volts source will be in off condition. Understand what he is going to insisting on the statement? When, if let us take, there are three sources are presented and additional sources present, like some current source of 10 amperes is presented, then out of these three sources, if you want to turn on any one source, remaining two sources will kept at zero, and then we need to find the current passing through this 160 ohm resistor. That will be treated as case 1, and case 2 is nothing but you need to turn on second source and turn off remaining, and case 3 you need to turn on third source and turn off remaining 2. Okay, so total at a time only one source should be in on condition, the remaining sources are in off condition simply. Okay, so total how many sources are presented in the circuit, that many cases will be going to appear in the solution of the superposition theorem. Understand? Now here how many sources are presented?
Yes, sir.
Here how
Two
many
sources.
two sources, that means how many cases will be going to reflect on the solution?
Two cases.
Two
Two
cases.
cases.
So your case 1 should be simply you need to turn on any one of the source presented in the circuit. There are two sources. The final outcome, the answer for the circuit, that is current passing through 160 ohm, is nothing but summation of the algebraic sum of the responses. Okay, the algebraic sum of the responses means the value whatever you are opted. Let us take your case 1. For example, current passing through 160 ohm resistance as 1 ampere, and you gone through the case 2. Then current passing through 160 ohm again you are calculated, that will be maybe 4 amperes. Then the total current which is passing through 160 ohm resistance is, final answer is 1 plus 4, 5 amperes is the answer. Understand the procedure to solve the problem by using superposition theorem? Now we will try to solve it. So which source will be turned on? As per your wish, tell me anyone. Out of two sources, I will
70
turn
volts.
on one. 70 volts we can turn on. Okay, fine. So 70 volts turn on means again circuit will be redrawn. So 70 volts turn on in the sense it will be in on condition. That means as same, keep it as the same 70 volts. Your 160, 20, 20. And what about these two terminals of your 100 volts? You need to turn off, right?
Open.
So when the voltage source will be turn off in the sense value of voltage is zero, right? So voltage will be zero under which condition? Open circuit or short circuit?
Short.
Very good. Under short circuit. Under short circuit, what about value of current?
Zero.
Zero. Zero.
Infinite. If voltage is zero, your current is
Voltage is zero.
infinite, right?
Yes.
Similarly, what about open circuit condition? Your current value, open circuit in the sense like this, open. Is there any electrons to move on from this terminal to this terminal? No.
No.
Therefore, your I
Zero.
value will be zero. And at that particular condition, what about V value? Open circuit?
Infinite.
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 Okay. Okay.
Okay. Here the resistance value, current is infinite. Therefore, resistance value, maximum current is
Infinite. Infinite.
maximum current is flowing.
Zero, sir. Zero.
Zero. Very good. Here, what about value of resistance? Current value zero.
Infinite.
Infinite, sir.
Very good.
Max.
These are very, very, very important for throughout subject. This is called analysis. What engineers can do, analysis part. Okay. Now, what the statement given? By kept all the sources 0, remaining sources 0 when only one source acting alone. This is the source now you prefer to acting on, nothing but this is 70 volts source, individual source acting alone, and this 100 volt source will be kept at 0. So 100 volts, this is a voltage source. So how we can keep voltage source 0? By keeping short circuit, right? So
Yes.
short circuit in the sense, shall we join both, right? Short circuit. Done, understand now?
Yes.
Right. Now, what is our aim in order to calculate current passing through this 160? Let us take this as our I dash because case 1, that's why I am keeping as I dash. For case 2, you can take it as I double dash. If it is any case 3 existed, then I triple dash, like that. Then total current will be I dash plus I double dash at the end of the solution. Now, find out I dash. How can we find out I dash? Simple. Here two resistors which are connected in parallel now. 20 and 160 are in parallel, these two. That resultant is in series with 20. So from here total current is passing through this source. So shall we apply the current division rule? So total current equal to total voltage by total resistance of the given circuit. So find out total resistance or equivalent resistance for the given circuit. Parallel combination 160 into 20 plus 160 plus that equivalent resultant value is in series with this 20 ohm resistor. How much RT?
340/9, sir.
3.
Tell them in decimals, no? Not in fraction.
Okay. 37.7, sir.
37.74 ohms. Now you need to substitute your RT here. So your total voltage is 70 for this circuit by 37.74. How much total current?
1.85.
How much more value for
Sir,
total?
1.8.
1.8.
85.
1.85.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
1.85. Take another digit also. 1.85, 9 or
4.
4. 1.85.
4, sir.
okay, right. Then we need to find out current passing through 160 ohm, that is I dash. So shall we apply the current division? What is the current division rule here? Opposite branch resistance. So opposite branch for this 160. What is the opposite branch? 20, right?
20.
So opposite branch resistance by total resistance. So these two summation.
20 plus 160.
Good. Multiplied with what is the formula? Opposite branch resistance by total resistance
Total
multiplied with
resistance.
Into I.
total current. IT.
Total current.
All right. Total current 1.854. How much?
Zero point 0.2, sir.
0. Tell them. Tell me my 3 digits. 0.2.
0.2.
0.2055.
0.55 in the sense, shall I keep it as 0.206
6.
amperes? Okay, done.
Okay.
This is for case 1. Now case 2. Case 2 in the sense the remaining source, that is 100 volts should be now in on condition, 70 volts is in off condition. So now again you need to redraw the circuit. Now this is on. Your 100 volts is in on condition. And what about here? We need to short circuit or open circuit to make voltage source value 0.
Open circuit.
Short circuit.
Open circuit.
To make voltage
Open
value
circuit.
0. To make voltage value 0, what we need to make?
Short circuit.
Short circuit.
Short
Now,
circuit.
to confuse, okay?
Short circuit.
Open circuit in the sense two terminals are open. That means current won't flow. Current won't flow means voltage is maximum. But here we want to make voltage value 0. 0 in the sense you need to make it as a short circuit. Right. Now the circuit redrawn completed. So from this source, current is starts to flow through this given circuit. So this is our total current for this. But we need to calculate current passing through the 160 ohm. That is I double dash because this is case 2. Now the same procedure by using current division, you can find out I double dash value. So in order to find out I double dash, first you need to calculate total current, total voltage by total resistance. So what is the value of total resistance? Same, because here both are 20
37 point.
37.74.
plus 20.
37.74.
37.74, right? So but here voltage value is different. Sorry, not 7.
100. Sir.
Yeah, it should be 100. Where it is pen. It is this. So let me go back into this. Okay, here I will write how much your 100 by your RT value 37.74.
7.74.
So how much answer?
2.6497.
2.64.
4.
49.
2.649.
9.
9. Sir.
Okay.
That is 2.65.
65 simply. Right. 1 second. Then substitute in current division formula and tell me the value of I double.
0.29. Current is 0.29. Sir.
Sir, unmute yourself, sir.
Yes. In order to allow some person CS24, it become unmuted. Okay, my right. So our value I double dash, how much it will be?
0.29, sir.
29. Okay, here what is the formula? Opposite branch resistance, that is this one, 20 divided by
20 by
total,
180.
right, multiplied with total current is 2.649,
2.64.
right?
Yes, sir.
So how much it will be? Around 0.29.
29. It's equal to 0.3.
Next digit.
4.
4, 4, sir.
Right. Why I am asking this third digit, you will come to know at the end of the solution. Now, therefore, total current which is passing through 160 ohm resistance equal to, here this
So
is your
I
equation number 1, this is your equation number 2 by summation of both the equations I dash plus I double dash. How much it will be?
0.5.
0.5, sir.
Very good.
0.5.
0.5 amperes. That is the current which is passing through 160 ohm resistor. Then understand the superposition theorem?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
On superposition theorem for all of you.
Yes, sir.
Done. So shall we move on to next?
Yes, sir.
Very,
Yes,
very
sir.
important superposition theorem.
Okay.
What are the limitations? Limitations
It is
for this
applicable
theorem
for only
is,
for
right,
linear
linears. That means not applicable for your diodes, transistors, or
Non-linear.
semiconductors,
Okay.
right? And also
not less than
it
2
should
sources.
be, right. If any
Eh,
single source are presented, it should
Dependent.
be not applicable. Right. It is also not acceptable for dependent sources because it should be only independent sources. So we can going to apply. Okay, done. These are the limitations. Wherever there is a non-linear relations are presented, superposition theorem is not at all applicable because those are treated as a non-linear networks. Okay, done. Now you need to verify the solution. So shall we go for the verification method? See, for this up to now, whatever you are derived, the current which is passing through 160 ohm as 0.5 ohms, that is a pure method you followed the procedure of your superposition theorem, right? So this is the method you need to apply in your JNTU examination. Okay. So, but at the end, if it is a 0.5 amperes, you may have some doubt whether it is answer correct or not, right? So that you have to go with your verification methods. We have alternative methods, right? I already informed to you alternate methods.
Mesh analysis.
Right. Now find, write down the problem, find current passing through 160 ohm resistance by nodal analysis. Do it with node method. Find current passing through 160 ohm resistor by using nodal analysis. All of you do it and tell me the answer of current which is passing through 160 ohm resistor. Whether it should be matching with the same answer or it's having any another numerical value. Done, everyone? Still doing? So shall anyone tell me the node equation here? This is your reference node, right? And your main node as V. Right? Now, what is the node equation?
V minus 100 by 3, 100 by 20
Very good. V minus 100 by 20 plus
plus V by 160
160. Very good. Plus
V minus 7.
for third
V
branch
by 20 V by
70. Here there is a voltage
Minus
V
source.
minus 7.
V minus 70 by 20 equal to 0. Then what is the value of V? What is the value of V now? How much? Calculate value of V. I think someone's speaking, but I'm not able to listen. No?
80, sir. 80.
Arpita, having any doubt? No?
80, sir. V.
80 volts, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me. Now, what about value of current which is passing through 160 ohm resistor now? For second branch, that means V by corresponding branch resistance. That is your second expression.
160.
So your V value is 80 by 160. Now, how
160.
value it should be? What is the answer now? Current passing
0.5. 0.5.
0.5.
0.5.
Now it should be
Same,
getting
sir. Verification.
tally verified. So see, for nodal analysis, how simple it is. Only 2 steps. If we know the different methods, so we can have some fun with the electrical networks. Okay, done. Understand?
Sir, it is can also
Mhm. Tell me, no? I think someone told. You can also mesh analysis. You can also do it with mesh analysis also. You will get the same answer. But no need to do so many methods for verification. You can take any one method. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Done, everyone. Shall we go for next?
Sir.
Right. See, here I want to give the one more instruction to all of you. In JNTU examinations, sometimes they can ask the question like a state superposition theorem and prove it. Okay. State and prove
Okay.
superposition theorem. Then what should we need to write? The first, whatever we discussed, the statement. Okay. Along with that, you need to do this problem. In the place of this problem, you need to keep, instead of numericals, in the place of 100 volts, it should be V1. In the place of 20 ohms, it should be R1, like R2, R3, and V2. Okay, and then you need to do the same procedure like case 1, case 2. Okay, here you will get some expression. Opposite branch resistance, that means R2 by R2 plus R1, like that, multiplied with your total current IT. Like that, you will get some expressions. At the end, whatever you are doing, total current which is passing through 160 ohm resistor, nothing but current passing through second resistor, that is current passing through R2 in that case. So you will get some expression here. Then that is the method 1, and method 2 you need to do the nodal analysis, and here also you will get some current passing through 160. In this method, both expressions will be remains the same. Therefore you need to write the last step as hence proved. Okay, very rare case they are asking the theory. Okay, that's why during that time no need to confuse what is the proof, where is the steps, like that, no need to confuse. Okay, that's why I directly explain with respect to the numericals. Now all of you are confident with superposition theorem.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Good, very good. So we will move on to one more problem. Just we need to go with the three sources. Okay, three sources, and in the three sources I want to add one current source also. I will share that. Where it will come new. Right, we will get back our Microsoft Word. Right, note down the problem. Determine the voltage. Determine the voltage. Determine the voltage across the terminals A, B in the circuit. Determine the voltage across the terminals A, B in the circuit shown in the figure. Shown in figure by using superposition theorem. By using superposition theorem. See, every time no need to apply your nodal or mesh analysis, okay? Just I want to make you more awareness on the circuits, I informed that. In examination, don't use nodal or mesh analysis. Just you need to follow the procedure of superposition theorem. This is 10 ohms. Sorry, 10 amperes. This is 10 ohms, what we need to take. And this one, 5 plus 10, we will take as 15. These are the polarities. Right. Here it is the problem. Total three sources are. So first we need to check the condition of superposition theorem in any linear network containing two or more sources, right? It will containing two or more, that is sources. So our how many cases will come?
Three cases.
Very good, three cases.
Three case.
So case one, which source we need to turn on and which source we need to turn off? Anyone can tell me.
5 volts.
5 volts
5 also.
turn on. Okay, fine. 5 volts we need to turn on, and the remaining two will be in off condition. So here current source off means what should we need to do? The terminals of current source.
Open source.
Very good.
Short circuit.
Open
Open.
circuit.
Open.
Open circuit.
We need to turn off it. What about voltage source?
Short circuits.
Short circuit. Very good. Very, very important. Open circuit, short circuit conditions, because those are the conditions will leads to the damages of the even human lives also. I think you may come across with due to short circuit. What are the things happening in Sri Salem? Right, 9 assistant engineers are burned in that instant. See how important these conditions, short circuit and open circuit conditions. If we fail to identify which source we need to do short circuit, which source we need to open circuit, that will leads to the damage of the lives also, not only wastage of the equipment. Right now 5 volts is an on condition. So here I'm writing 5 volts and your resistance is 10 ohms. Right, done. Your current source is in open circuit and another voltage source is in short circuit. Now the circuit, shall I redrawn like this? Okay. What they are asking? Voltage across the terminals AB.
Voltage.
Right. So shall I take for case one? These are A dash B dash terminals. 10 ohms, 5 volts. Now we require the voltage across this. These two are in parallel, right? So in parallel, the voltage is remains the same. So your voltage across A dash B dash is how much? 5 volts.
Same. 5 volts.
Done. Now shall we move on to case 2? So in case 2 again, now which source we need to turn on and the remaining sources will be off? What is the source we need to turn on? Shall we go with current source or 15? You have to tell me 15. Okay, I think someone told 15. Okay,
Yes.
here you need to mention 50, sorry, 5 volts on and the remaining off. You need to mention while doing that particular case. Here 15 volts on, remaining sources off. Right now 15 volts will be on, means your 5 volts is short circuit, resistance as usual, current source open circuit, and your 15 volts need to remain the same, right?
Yes, sir.
And these are the terminals what they are asking, that is case 2. In the sense, here I kept as A double dash and B double dash. Okay, now this is our 15 volts and right, this is 10 ohms. Okay, now shall I redraw again, because there is a open circuit and a short circuit is also there. Now you need to check, this is open circuit in the sense no current is flowing. That should be clear to everyone so that we can eliminate this branch. So by eliminating that, the first branch here 5 volts source short circuited and 15 volts is as usual. Ten ohms. Here this is your 5 volts short circuit, whatever we are doing, right? Done up to this. Having any doubts? Here open circuit I just eliminated because there is no current is flowing, not useful. Okay,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Now here is the condition where you need to apply, very important short circuit condition. Now what they are asking, voltage present across A double dash and B double dash. What is the voltage now?
15 volts.
15. Very good. Here you may get one doubt. Sir, here 10 ohms is there, but that is not in parallel like this. Like your case one, here 10 ohms is not in parallel. But why you are written 15 volts directly? Why not there is a drop in 10 ohms, right? So why I written 15 directly in the sense, see here it is a short circuit. Let us think. Here there is a current starts to flow from this source. Okay. Now this current will be, there is a two directions available for this. One direction is towards the short circuit path. Another direction is towards 10 ohms. So which direction the current will select out of these two?
10.
Short circuit path, sir.
Short circuit path, very good. Short circuit path, it will, because there is no opposition of resistance in this path. No opposition. That means simply a highway, national highway, where we can avoid the traffic, right? So directly we can choose that path and reach the destination rather than moving towards the city. Clear, understand? So that the current which is passing through 10 ohms, how much? The value of current passing through 10 ohms now? 0, right? So therefore voltage drop also I into R, 10 into 0. How much voltage drops out of 15?
0.
0. So therefore 0 voltage drop, in the sense entire 15 will be appear across these two terminals. There is no loss component. Understand now? If this short circuit path is not presented, then it should be there is a drop. Then we need to consider. Understand now? Importance of this short circuit path. Okay. So shall we move on to case 3?
Okay.
The last case where we need to turn on 10 ampere.
Current
Right. And the remaining 0.
0.
Nothing but an off condition. So how can we make the 10 amperes as on? The first 5 volts is off, that is short circuit, and the 10 amperes is on, and here is one resistance, and here also we need to make short circuit or open circuit for 15 volts to make the voltage source value.
Short circuit.
Short circuit done. Now the circuit will be looks like, correct, triple dash. This is a third case. 10 ohms, correct now?
Yes.
Now what is the value of your third case voltage? Whatever you are applied here, you need to apply here also. What is the total current which is passing in the circuit? 10 amperes,
10
right?
amperes.
So this 10 amperes direction clearly they mention, right? Now the current is going to check two different ways. So which direction it will choose?
Short circuit.
Short circuit path, so that here 10 amperes completely flowing, and like this the loop is getting formed here, and this 10 amperes is just flowing in this. Here is there is any resistance presented in this loop?
No, sir.
No, that means the value of resistance 0. So what about here voltage value I into R? Here R value is 0. I is presented, R value 0. So what about your voltage value?
0.
0.
0.
0. If you consider this 10 ohms, here resistance value presented, but current flowing is 0. Right, understand? So therefore, the value of voltage across A triple dash and B triple dash value is 0. Now, what is our question there? Individual source acting alone by keeping all sources 0, the algebraic sum of the responses, right? So your voltage presented in between terminals of A and B equal to your first case A dash B dash plus A double dash B double dash plus A triple dash B triple dash. What is the value of your case 1? 5. So 15 0. How much?
15.
20.
20 volts.
Done.
Yes.
Right. Note it down perfectly, or else you can take the screenshot, keep it in your fair notes, and we will do Thevenin's theorem in the next session. Okay. So
Okay.
before you are coming to next session, you need to note down the statement of Thevenin's theorem and just to go through that. I will explain anyhow, but just you need to exercise on that. Okay. Statement of Thevenin's
Yes, sir.
theorem.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So